Welcome, Mama. Let me paint you a picture. You wake up 15 minutes before your kids do, not because you want to, but because you were up all night with one of them and eventually just turned off your alarm. Failure number one. Good moms who have their shit together, they get up before their kids. They do a workout, they do a cold plunge, they get their sun exposure, they go for a walk outside, they talk to their husband, they take a shower and get ready and look beautiful for the day, they tidy up the house, they prepare a beautiful breakfast, and here you are, laying in bed scrolling on your phone because what are you gonna do in 15 minutes? Then the kids wake up, they're fussy right off the bat, they won't let you pick out their clothes, they won't let you brush their hair, they won't do it themselves, and now great, you're gonna look like a neglectful mom in front of all the other moms and the teachers. You drop the kids off at school and the youngest one clings to your leg. She is sobbing because she doesn't want you to go and you think, I should be here. You love your job, you need to work in this economy, and if you're honest with yourself, you don't love staying home with the kids, but you should want to do that, right? This should come natural, you should be there. You leave daycare feeling heartbroken and so guilty. You get to work and you sit at your desk all day. You work through lunch so that you can leave a little early because good moms pick their kids up early, or at least on time. You get your work done, you leave a little early, and you notice the stares from everyone around the office. There she goes, skipping out early again. And wasn't she just working from home for a week because her family had the flu? You pick up the kids, you get home, and everyone's bored right off the bat. You're trying to prepare dinner, you're trying to put things away, and you're trying to entertain everyone all at once. You should have had an activity planned. You just saw that influencer post her 200 top activities, and you can't think of one. You feed everyone, it's a fuss, and you try really hard to play with everyone after dinner, but you are so tired. It's the not sleeping, it's the not taking care of yourself, the not having time for yourself, the endless thinking about what's next, what you have to prepare for, and the never-ending to-do list of all the things you haven't done that are stacking up, running in your head constantly. It is draining you. It is unrelenting. And then you feel guilty because why can everyone else do this? Why is this easy for everyone else? How come everyone else can keep their house clean and everyone else is happy and everyone else just does this for their kids for the sake of doing it for their kids? You should be selfless. You should do these things for them just because they are enough. You should put your needs last. You should put your needs to the side entirely. It shouldn't matter. So why does it feel like it matters? Good moms enjoy this. Good moms just do this. And you are failing at every turn. After plenty of fights, whining and screaming, you get the kids in bed, and wow, you suck at this. You should have a bedtime routine. This should be easy. This should be sweet and simple. And of course you, not dad, not the kids, not anyone else, is to blame when your kids have anything less than desirable behavior. After bedtime, you lay on the couch and you scroll on your phone and you think about all the things you should be doing. You should be cleaning the house. You should be folding the laundry. You should be reading a nonfiction book. You should be doing a 12-step skincare routine. You should be having sex with your husband, but you are too tired. Then you go to bed and you do it all over again. If any of this sounds familiar, Mama, I need you to listen to this video. Before we jump into it, hi, my name is Sam. I'm a matrescence educator and a passionate advocate of motherhood, and I believe that you deserve to enjoy motherhood. I believe you deserve to be seen, and most importantly, I believe you deserve to find yourself through motherhood instead of losing yourself to it, and live your motherhood the way you want to, rather than living up to social expectations. So if that sounds good for you, hit that subscribe button, and let's dig into this. This experience is all too common. This feeling of not being good enough, this feeling of failure, this feeling of constant second guessing, this feeling of self-doubt, of self-criticism, and the constant barrage of the should and shouldn'ts of motherhood running through our head all day. Whether we're conscious of it or not, over the course of our lives, the things that we have seen, heard, been told, overheard, experienced, have all shaped this view of what a good mother should be, should do, should act like, should have. Being a mom is this wild ride that is shaped by these forces that sometimes we don't even see. All those thoughts of good moms do this and good moms do that, moms who have their shit together do this, and I should do this, or I'm failing because of this, they all come from somewhere. And I know what you're thinking, it's my mom, it's my mother-in-law, it's my neighbor, it's all the things that they have said that have shaped my view, that have made me question myself. And maybe, but they got their thoughts of motherhood somewhere too. And more than likely, it's society at large. Enter the sociology of motherhood. Culture and society is constantly whispering in our ear what good moms do and what successful moms do. And suddenly we are comparing and judging and feeling like we're falling short. Sociologists who study motherhood look at this big picture. They look at how cultural expectation, economical structure, and gender roles shape our experience and our view of motherhood, of how mothers think, feel, and act. We often think of motherhood as a personal choice. You chose to be a mother, you chose your parenting choices, but rarely do we see motherhood for what it actually is, a set of social norms and rules that are deeply ingrained in society. Think of motherhood as a club. You chose to enter the club of motherhood, but once you're there are these rules and standards that aren't posted anywhere. You didn't know about them. They're just assumed. You're constantly judged by them, and you didn't make the rules, and the other mothers maybe didn't even make the rules. Sociology shows how other outside forces like the media, like government policies, and even some parenting experts are to play in shaping these social and cultural standards. If that feels like a loaded statement or sentiment, it is. This is so deeply interwoven into the experience of motherhood that it's really hard to see until you look deeply into your experience of motherhood where the social expectations are, where the social standards are, and where your standards and your expectations for your motherhood actually lie. And there's always been this kind of rhetoric around motherhood, but I feel like it has really ramped up over the last 30 to 40 years. And it feels so counterintuitive to say that because women are more empowered than ever. We can have whatever job we want. We can work in whatever field we want. We can choose to get married or not. We can choose who we marry. We can choose whether or not to have kids. We can choose whether or not to have kids with a man or not. With more options come more expectations. You really can't choose. You have to do it all. And you have to do it all well to prove that you deserve to be there. And this is even more true for working moms because moms are often penalized when we become moms, which there's research to be shown on this and research that we will talk about later on in the year. And when people are surveyed time and time again, the only real respectable choice for a woman is to also become a mother. Now with social media, our social influences have skyrocketed. We literally have things called influencers whose job it is to influence us. What it takes to be a good mom now goes beyond what you feed your child or whether you work or stay home. It is about the products that you use. Are they clean? Are they organic? Are they safe? Are they expensive? The clothing that they wear, is it sustainable? Is it fashionable? Is it from that one brand that everyone's talking about on social media? Are their playrooms, bedrooms, and backyards aesthetic? Are they developmentally appropriate? Are they developmentally enriching? Their toys, are they developmentally enriching? Are they Montessori? Are they beige, which is boring? Or are they beige, which is cute? Are they colorful, which is overstimulating? Are they colorful, which is enriching? Are they bottle fed or breastfed? Not even that, but are their bottles cute? Are their bottles the latest? Are their bottles expensive? Is their formula organic? Are you using formula? Diapering, sleep, discipline, socialization all have a set of standards that weren't there before. And if they were there, they are now tenfold, 100 more conflicting standards. And that's just in the context of parenting. That's not even what it means to be a mom, let alone a good mom. Your body, your skin, your clothes, your friends, your job, do you work or not, your workouts, your health practices, your home, your organization, your aesthetic, your marriage, your diet, all have a new set of ever-expanding standards. The reason I find this topic so fascinating is because how deeply it has impacted my motherhood from the start. Those often most impacted by societal standards and cultural expectations are high achievers and high performers and perfectionists. Think of people who are ambitious, who are goal-focused, who are self-disciplined, who have extremely high standards for themselves, and they want to do it right or they don't want to do it at all. I am that. I wouldn't say that I achieve a lot, but I very much strive to. And again, I was deeply and am still deeply affected by these standards, especially my first few months of motherhood. I realized quickly and profoundly that motherhood was not living up to my standards, or that I was not living up to the standards of motherhood. I blamed myself for not being good enough, for not being strong enough, for not being mentally healthy enough, for not being a natural at this, for not being meant to be the mother that I always felt that I was meant to be. I thought I was wrong. I thought I was a failure, and I felt that for a long time. And I still feel that way sometimes. I still feel like maybe it is just me. Even when I read you this, even when I say all of this, I feel like sometimes I'm the problem. And sometimes, and in some ways, it is me. And sociology and focusing on the sociology of motherhood does not absolve us of personal responsibility and the need to do our personal best. What it does is it sheds a light on where that standard of our best is coming from. What's good enough? What is a good mom to us? So over the first part of this year, and perhaps beyond that, we shall see, I will be exploring some of the themes around the sociology of motherhood and exploring some of the beliefs we may hold without even realizing it. I'll be exploring the influences that impact what makes a good mother, some that you may have thought of and some that you maybe have not. I'll be doing this by sharing research articles once a month. I'll be reviewing them and breaking them down for you and sharing them in ways that are easy to understand from a non-sociologist. And I'll be sharing what we can learn from it and what we can take from it to better our experiences. I'm not going to get too much into it right now, but I do want to give you a little preview of some of the topics that we'll be talking about. And this might also help to shed a light on what I mean when I talk about these different theories. The first one is the perfect mother myth. It's the idea that the perfect mother does exist and that if we just work hard enough or we try hard enough or we organize our schedules hard enough that we could get there. This is a dangerous, fictitious myth that reinforces unrealistic standards and leaves us feeling inadequate as mothers. Another thing we'll talk about is the mommy wars. This started off as a debate or a battle between stay-at-home moms and working moms, and it pitted the two groups against each other. Now, I believe that social media has made the mommy wars kind of infiltrate every area of motherhood: breastfed, bottle-fed, sleep training, not sleep training, Montessori, not Montessori, co-sleeping, not co-sleeping, attachment theory, non-attachment theory. It's rough out there. And looking at the sociology of this helps us to see what outside forces may be at play when it comes to things like working versus non-working moms. It's things like limited childcare options or wage gap issues. And by looking at this, we can shift our blame from everything being mom's fault to focusing more on these systems that are at play. And speaking of moms being to blame, we'll talk about mommy blame. And this is the pervasive underlying message that moms are to blame for everything when it comes to their kids. It is the social view that moms are solely responsible for their children and their children's behavior, and that anything that goes wrong, mom is to blame. If an appointment is missed, or something is forgotten, or a child isn't picked up on time, she is to blame. And this goes as far as to with our adult children. And the first thing we'll be talking about is actually how these social influences impact us as mothers, whether we subscribe to the beliefs or not, whether we think that it is true that this is a perfect mom, that this is the way we should mother, whether we believe in that or not. It may still impact us and make us feel inadequate or stressed when we don't meet those standards, even the standards that we don't believe in. So why is this even important? Why do we need to talk about this? Well, first, it helps dismantle these myths, and it helps us to kind of shed light on where we may be holding these expectations. And when we do that, when we expose these social pressures, we can help moms combat these idealized versions of motherhood, and we can help take that feeling of guilt and isolation off of the individual mother. We can also understand the diversity of different mothers in different social settings and different cultures, and helps us build empathy and promote solidarity among all mothers. If we don't talk about it, if we don't say we need change, nothing's going to change. It empowers mothers. Even if we may still unfortunately believe some of these things, it at least gives us the power to help shape our experiences in the way that we want to. The sociology of motherhood is not about criticizing moms. It's about understanding the unseen forces that shape our lives, our experiences, our struggles, and even our joys. It's about questioning what we've been taught over time, consciously or unconsciously, and shaping a world where moms feel seen, heard, and celebrated no matter what our story is. So let's start ditching these stereotypes. Let's unpack the real story of motherhood, and let's rewrite the narrative, because you deserve to enjoy this, and you deserve to enjoy it in your way. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please hit that like button. It helps me out a ton. And if you want more content like this, please subscribe to the channel. If you have any thoughts and it's resonated with you, leave those thoughts down in the comments and share this video if you think it's worth sharing. If you want more long form content, I have a podcast with my long lost best friend called Becoming Mama. Those videos are on this channel, and we're also on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. If you want more free resources, information about launches, go to welcome-mama.com. And for more short form content and information about my life, you can go to Instagram and follow me at Welcome Mama by Sam. And if you want more videos like this, YouTube should be giving you some suggestions right now. As always, thank you so much for being here, and we'll see you in the next one, whenever that may be. I'll be doing this by, oh my god. It's about